Pete Carroll reveals real reason for not benching Geno Smith for Kenny Pickett despite Raiders QB's brutal struggles in blowout loss to Colts. The Las Vegas Raiders' early season hopes took another crushing blow in Week 5, as they were demolished 40-6 by the Indianapolis Colts in what has become one of the most lopsided defeats of the 2025 NFL season. The loss dropped the Raiders to 1-4, extending their disappointing start under head coach Pete Carroll and raising serious questions about the team's direction, particularly at the quarterback position. Veteran quarterback Geno Smith, brought in this offseason to stabilize the Raiders' offense, has instead found himself at the center of the storm. The 34-year-old passer has struggled mightily through 5 games, throwing a league-high 9 interceptions while producing just 6 touchdown passes. His decision-making, pocket awareness, and accuracy have all regressed from his 2022 and 2023 form with Seattle, and frustration among the Raiders' fan base is boiling over. Despite Smith's brutal outing against Indianapolis, Carroll has made it clear that he has no immediate plans to bench his starting quarterback in favor of backup Kenny Pickett. The decision has raised eyebrows across the league, but after Sunday's game, Carroll explained why he's sticking with his veteran signal caller. Carroll stands firm behind Geno. When asked about Geno Smith's future as the team starter, Pete Carroll didn't hesitate to defend his quarterback. The veteran coach, known for his loyalty and belief in his players, explained that pulling Smith now would do more harm than good for a team still trying to find its rhythm. "Geno's our guy," Carroll said during his post-game press conference. "He's been through rough stretches before, and I know how he responds. Benching him after a bad game isn't going to fix what we're dealing with. What we need is to play better around him, protect him, get open, and finish drives." Carroll emphasized that while Smith's turnovers have been costly, the quarterback has not been solely responsible for the team's struggles. The Raiders' offensive line has been inconsistent, the running game has been virtually non-existent, and the defense has failed to keep games within reach. The 73-year-old head coach, who took over in Las Vegas after a long and successful run in Seattle, believes that stability at quarterback is crucial at this stage of the season. "You don't start over after 5 games, Carroll continued. "You build from what you've got. Geno's been in this league long enough to handle adversity. He'll bounce back, he always does." The Geno Smith gamble gone wrong. When the Raiders traded for Geno Smith during the offseason, the move was initially met with cautious optimism. Smith had experienced a career renaissance with the Seahawks, earning a Pro Bowl nod in 2022 and revitalizing his reputation as a capable NFL starter. The Raiders hoped that his veteran presence and accuracy would provide an upgrade over last season's carousel of quarterbacks, a mix that included Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, and Desmond Ridder. To solidify the partnership, Las Vegas handed Smith a 2-year, $75 million contract extension, with $40 million guaranteed this season alone. It was a bold commitment for a player entering his mid-30s, but Carroll and the front office believed his leadership and experience could bridge the gap while the team rebuilt its offensive identity. So far, the results have been disastrous. Smith's 9 interceptions in his first 5 games as a Raider tie him with Josh McCown, 2007, and Kerry Collins, 2004, for the most by a Raiders quarterback through that stretch. Only Jay Schroeder, 1988, threw more during his first 5 outings with the team. In Sunday's blowout loss to the Colts, Smith completed just 19 of 35 passes for 152 yards, no touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. The Raiders failed to score an offensive touchdown for the second time this season, and boos echoed throughout Lucas Oil Stadium as frustration reached a boiling point. Why not Kenny Pickett? Many fans and analysts expected Carroll to turn to Kenny Pickett, the 2022 first-round pick acquired in a trade with Pittsburgh, once the game got out of hand. However, Carroll resisted the temptation, explaining that a mid-season quarterback switch could create more instability rather than spark improvement. "Kenny's been preparing, he's working hard, and I trust him," Carroll said. "But this isn't about panic. We're not going to start shuffling quarterbacks after every tough week. I've seen teams do that, and it tears apart your locker room. We've got to get better as a unit, not just change one guy." Carroll's reasoning reflects his long-standing coaching philosophy: prioritize chemistry, consistency, and mental toughness. During his years in Seattle, Carroll showed similar loyalty to his starters, often emphasizing player development over reactionary changes. Still, with the Raiders languishing at 1-4 and the offense ranked near the bottom of the league, the patience of the fan base is wearing thin. External pressure mounts. Enter Damian Lillard. The conversation surrounding the Raiders' quarterback situation reached new heights when NBA superstar Damian Lillard, a lifelong Raiders fan, chimed in on social media following the loss. Lillard, while expressing support for Geno Smith, suggested it might be time for the franchise to look ahead. "I love Geno, But maybe it's time to plan for the future, Lillard wrote on X, formerly Twitter, urging the team to explore a trade for Shedeur Sanders, the Cleveland Browns rookie quarterback and the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders. The idea quickly went viral among Raiders fans, sparking debate over whether the team should consider making a bold move before the trade deadline. While such a deal is highly unlikely, Lillard's comments reflect a growing sentiment that Las Vegas needs a long-term solution under center, not a stopgap. Carroll's leadership tested. Pete Carroll is no stranger to adversity. During his tenure with the Seahawks, he navigated locker room controversies, major roster turnovers, and public scrutiny. However, his first season in Las Vegas is testing him in new ways. The Raiders are not only struggling on offense but also suffering from defensive lapses and poor situational football. Carroll's trademark energy and optimism are being challenged by a roster that lacks the balance and playmaking ability of his previous teams. Still, Carroll remains defiant in his belief that this group can turn things around. "We've been in every game up until today," he said after the Colts loss. "We've got good players in that locker room, and I'm not backing off of them. We're going to find our way." The road ahead for Las Vegas. At 1-4, the Raiders sit at the bottom of the AFC West, behind the Chiefs, 4-1, Chargers, 3-2, and Broncos, 2-3. Their playoff hopes are already fading, and another loss could push them into full crisis mode. Next up, the Raiders face the Chicago Bears in Week 6, a matchup that could determine whether Geno Smith keeps his starting job moving forward. A bounce-back performance might quiet the noise temporarily, but another poor showing would almost certainly force Carroll to reconsider his stance on Pickett. As the season teeters on the brink, the Raiders' experiment with Geno Smith is being tested like never before. Carroll's loyalty to his veteran quarterback may prove to be an act of trust that reignites the team, or a stubborn mistake that accelerates a downward spiral.